Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications and the Ministry of Communications have inaugurated the first 112 emergency services call in Accra. The 112 emergency number is a single point of contact that brings together the emergency services of the police, fire services, ambulance services and NADMO in one central center. The system is to eliminate the current situation of multiple emergency numbers operated by these institutions.
The Emergency Response System 112 is a contact center system that has been developed as an efficient, all-encompassing national emergency response service to ensure the security and safety of the citizens in times of distress. The center, also known as a Public Safety Assembly Point or the 112 system, is to establish a single point of contact that will consolidate the emergency services of the police, fire service, ambulance services and NADMO. It is also to eliminate the inefficiency of the current systems that are operated by the various emergency institutions and enable them respond and attend to emergencies promptly. This system will operate one toll-free 3-digit number, 112, so that any emergency situation, regardless of the type, would flow through a central location. The administrator of GIFEC, Mr. Kobe Champon, listed some of the unique features of the system.
Allowing calls from any phone, including the public phones, regardless of how much credit that person has. Logged mobile phones, which are programmed to call 112 by default, can also access this number. Call center operators will gather as much information about the situation as possible, including the detailed nature of the emergency, location, and phone number, and relay that information to the appropriate emergency respondent.
An executive director of the Ministry of Interior, Mrs. Adelaide Anokumi, gave some basic steps to follow when placing an emergency call on the toll-free 112 number.
Tell the emergency operator the location of the emergency right away. If your wireless phone is not initialized, you do not have a contract for a service with a wireless service provider, and your emergency calls gets disconnected, you must call the emergency operator back because he or she does not automatically receive your telephone number and therefore cannot contact you.
The Minister of Communications, Dr. Edward Omane Boama, explained how the system works.
When an emergency call is made, it is channeled to the police service, the fire service or the medical service. It is answered by a telephone operator who connects it to the appropriate emergency service, who would instantly dispatch the appropriate help or assistance required. However, in the case of multiple services being needed on a single place call, the most urgent need is determined and other services will be called in as needed.
He, however, cautioned unscrupulous persons who will use the number to make hoax calls to desist from it, as it is a criminal offense to do so. The 112 emergency system is disability-friendly as it allows text messaging. For now, it will be used alongside the other local emergency numbers until the whole nation is configured onto the system.